cutting classes, squeezing ass. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the tray deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in accent sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking fly kicks. Honeys wanna chat, but all we wanna know is where the party at. And can I bring my gat? If not, I hope I don't get shot. Better throw my vest on my chest, cause niggas is a mess. It don't take nothing but front for me to start something. Bugging and fucking at niggas like I was duck hunting. Dumbing out just me and my crew, cause all we wanna do is party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party. 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 Party.
Amazing.
Hugs from the honeys, pounds from the roughnecks. See my man say that I knew from the projects. Said he had beef, asked me if I had my piece. Short dude, 222s in my shoes. Holla if you need me, love, I'm in the house. Roman strong, see what the honeys is about. Moet poppin', hope poppin', ain't no stopping. Big Papa, I'm a bad boy. Niggas wanna front, who got your back? Niggas wanna flex, who got the gap? It ain't hard to tell I'm the East Coast overdoser. Nigga, you're scared just a poster. Nigga, I toast you. Put fear in your heart. Fuck up the party before it even starts. Is he drunk, over Henny and skunk, or some brand Nubian shit beating down
Up yours, woke moralists.
Bitches in the back looking righteous. In the tight dress, I think I might just hit her with a little Biggie 101. How to tote a gun and have fun with Jamaican rum conversation. Once in rotation, my man Big Jock got the Glock in his waist and was smoking, drinking, got the hooker thinking. If money smell bad, then this nigga big and stinking. Is it my charm? I got the hookers eating out my palm. She grabbed my arm and said, let's leave calm. I'm hitting skins again. Rolled up another blunt, bought a Heineken. Niggas start to load out like kids out, choked out, blows were stoned, and a fucking fight broke out. Can't we just all get along so I can put stickies on her chest like little Sean? Get a pissy drunk over Dom Perignon. And it's on, and I'm gone, that's that.
Yo. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? There's some puppy. She has a stick. She's very happy. Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to a very special edition of Wingnut Special. So this is not the Wingnut Roundup. This is not the Wingnut Roundup. We're just getting this out of the way right away. I was about to go live on my Twitch channel, and it was because I very specifically found this incredible.
Less than three.
I found this incredible interview, and it's one of the things I was talking about on the Roundup that is so good, but it's so long that I can't just throw it into the Roundup. And so I was going to do it on Twitch, and then I was like, wait a minute. It's going to be hard to do a full Roundup this month, so why don't I just do this on the main channel so more people can see it? Everybody loves Jimmy Payne, so we're gonna have ourselves some fun this morning, and we're gonna watch this incredible Super Soldier talk with Jimmy Payne talking about CERN and the Eclipse. And there will still be a Wingnut Roundup. It might end up being more like a 2-hour show instead of a 3-hour show. That's what I did last year when I had to go on the road early. But at the very least, I'll be giving you guys some more content now. So I think it's pretty good. And I know. Look, me randomly appearing And doing something like this,
Okay, my friends, another shocker du jour.
it's fantastic. Fantastic. Incredible. Incredible. Better not date a Vulcan. Yeah. So for those who aren't familiar with Jimmy Payne, Jimmy Payne has previously come out and said that he was a trained assassin by Ho Chi Minh during the Vietnam War. The Vietnamese, when he was 11 years old, trained assassin. MK Ultra, he's a time traveler. He served on the USS Enterprise. He dated Spock's cousin. He seduced her with a candy bar. Not even joking. Not even joking. Christopher, it's your birthday tomorrow? Happy birthday, Christopher. And that's one of the nice things about doing something kind of like this, where I don't have to do the big setup of the roundup, where I can just be a little bit more like engaged in a classic streaming sort of way. But also, I will do something a little annoying during the stream. I'm going to tell everybody who's watching out there in YouTube land that you should absolutely, definitely go and follow me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/RealJeffHoliday. Oh, baby.
Everyone drop a like.
Yes, all the likes and all and text to speech is on for everything $1 and up. Don't even care. We're just here to have a whole lot of fun. Which Enterprise? The original NCC 1701, no letter. That's what he served on. So, without further ado, we're gonna have ourselves some fun. You guys ready to enjoy the delights of Jimmy Payne? Let's do it. Let's go. You have to absolutely fucking love the 2003 era CGI intro with just this banger of a song. It's so good. It's so good. I've heard it so many damn times. I don't care. I'll play it every single time. Just resetting my goals while we do this.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Super Soldier Talk. My name is James Rink, for those of you who don't know. Right now, we're just live streaming onto Facebook because this information tonight is way too hot for YouTube. So I didn't even worry about, oh, Jimmy, you can't say that. Don't say it. Lauren, don't say that. So we're going to have free reign tonight to say whatever we want to say.
You see, this is the difference between me and an absolute
Beta!
like James Rink. Me, the right kind of super soldier, and Tifa super soldier, don't give a fuck. I'll spread this onto YouTube. I don't care. I got no fear. Fight the power. I don't know what the fuck any of that means.
Because this eventually will go on Rumble. Hello, Rumble audience. Okay, so how is everybody doing today? How about you, Lauren? How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. And Jimmy, Officer Jimmy, how are you doing? Oh, you muted yourself. Let's see it. There you go.
Real good, James.
Okay, great. So I've got, for those of you out there who are wondering what we're going to be discussing today, we're going to be discussing about CERN. In case those of you who didn't know, CERN is recently going to be turning on the April 8th. So apparently it takes a couple weeks to turn the thing on. So that's kind of an interesting synchronicity. It's like, is that a really coincidence? We're going to go into that. We're also going to go into some of the Mandela effects, because every time they turn that thing on, there's everybody, a lot of people in my network all report Mandela effects. So
the Mandela effect being, of course, like you remember something that isn't necessarily there. Some people think it's like a bleed over between alternate realities. Dun, dun, dun. It's fun watching this type of stuff, too. Like, literally the day after this big event is supposed to happen, so we can see if they got anything right.
And then we have an update about the New York earthquake and a little report from the Real Raw News about the Red Hats. And I've got a report about the Marburg virus and some of these virus outbreaks. Sacrifice of the red heifer. So I know, Jimmy, you have some information on that, and a high altitude EMP attack. So let's begin with everybody's bios. So
Okay.
Lauren is a international renowned psychic with a 90% accuracy rate and was used by world leaders for protection detail, predictions, and analysis. She has met Trump, Trudeau, and Obama, and quite a few others.
Well, howdy doody
Contact
there.
her,
Happy
since-
82 months less than 3. Love you, Jeffy. Less than 3, less than 3, less than 3.
Aw, thank you, Red Royals. Appreciate you for that.
Your message. The information is in the description. So, super soldier agent Jimmy Payne. He was also known as Dallas, was a Men in Black secret space program in the secret space program from 59 to 1996. During this time, he was a shuttlecraft pilot for the Tall White Warriors at Area 51 and participated in time travel missions with the Montauk Boys at Camp Hero. He also recalls for working for Wayland Corporation, which he encountered a xenomorph at LV-426, which the movie Aliens was based off of.
Amazing.
He was stationed on Mars,
Incredible.
Titan, the Moon. On Mars, he had seen a broken statue of the giant face of a humanoid on a mission in 1974, along with Duncan O'Finian. He remembers seeing Tommy knockers in a cave on Mars, which are muscular type of grays, tall grays. On the moon of Titan, he was stationed at a massive underground base. He was tasked with fighting a monster they called It. It looked like a junior Montauk monster, a type of Bigfoot monster that would gain strength by attacking it. He was also on a secret mission from Vandenberg Air Force Base. And isn't that where they were? You would go back in time, right? From those SR-71s, Jimmy, from Vandenberg. You would take pictures like the Civil War or Revolutionary War. Jimmy, is that right?
That was the
Beals.
the U-2 plane.
Oh, the U-2. So from Beals Air Force Base.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Okay, so Vandenberg. Well, Ralph.
I had not heard that one. That's a great one. That's a great Jimmy Payne one. You see, I was flying the U-2 bomber, and they was sending me back in time to take pictures of the Civil War. Did he find the protomolecule on Phoebe? I don't think so. I don't think he's seen The Expanse yet, which, by the way, just one of the greatest shows ever made.
So that was when you were one on the Lunar 20 mission, Apollo 20 mission. So that was with William Rutledge, and there's actually footage of the humanoid-looking EBE Mona Lisa that is on YouTube, where you can see what the being that you locate.
You can see the world-renowned psychic in the upper right corner. She looks like she's getting visibly uncomfortable because she's like, well, I just do protection for world leaders and use my psychic predictions to keep them safe. I met Trump. I met Obama. Man, this guy's way cooler than me.
The moon looked like. Okay, guys. So let's go on here. Maybe the first update. How about, I know Jimmy, since I guess this was your idea, so we'll just let you start first. So tell us what. How about you give us a little update on what's going on with CERN? What is CERN? Yeah.
Okay, well, what's going on right now with CERN is it takes about 2 weeks just to warm up the machine. It's done very gradually. And it also consumes a tremendous amount of electricity. But what's going on is, because we're going to have an eclipse, we have the Earth, the moon, and the sun going into alignment.
Okay.
Now, a simple way to try to put this down. Now, we all know the moon can affect the tides, make the tide go in and come out. So, because CERN, what CERN is doing, they're using the gravitational effects of the planet's alignment to give it some more, to see if it can speed up the particles going around the collider.
Uh-huh.
And There also have down in Texas, there was a gentleman that sewed.
Fucking Matt's right behind me, fucking losing his shit. Have you never heard Jimmy Payne's accent before?
No, dude, I thought when you were making fun of him, I was like, he sounds like Zach Galifianakis trying to do his twin brother thing.
Oh, Zach Galifianakis trying to do his twin brother. Yeah.
And then like this guy started talking, and I was like, holy shit, it's the same.
He fucking talks like, yeah, it's great, isn't it? Anyway. Yeah, I swear to God, dude, the stream where he talks about how he was Ho Chi Minh's assassin and he can't stop saying Vietnamese. I thought I was going to actually die. I thought I was going to end. Yeah, it's great. Now you see why we're doing this. Now you see why this is a surprise stream on the fucking Payne channel. Jimmy Payne is a treasure, and we love him. So yeah, let's go.
Some red heifers, some cattle, and of course to sell cattle and take them out of the United States and ship them all the way to across, overseas to Israel. You have to go through USDA and get permits for all this.
Why do you have to go through the USDA in order to internationally ship red heifers to Israel? Like, isn't that for the United States? Whatever, it's fine. Fuck it.
And what they've done, they built a stage within sight of Dome of the Rock. And they're going to burn these cattle to death, sacrifice them. So we have that going on, and we have nobody, none of our politicians. Or
Can we understand why? Like, why are they choosing to go and burn a bunch of cows in view of the Dome of the Rock? And also, why would anybody care? Like Muslims don't have a problem with eating beef. That's the wrong. Fuck it, whatever.
or animal rights experts are saying one word about this brutality to these poor animals. And so we have that going on. We also have the Devil's Comet that is out in space, and we have that going on. We have NASA also is going to shoot up 2 or 3 rockets.
Yeah, that's true.
And fire them off into space. So we got a lot of activity going on, and it's going to start tomorrow, the alignment.
Oh wow! So how about we start with the red heifer? So what can Jimmy? What can you tell us about the actual ritual? What was it based on? And what for those of us who don't know?
Well, I'm not an expert on that religion, but apparently they're going to burn these cattle to death for a sacrifice. And you don't hear a word out of the United Nations or any of these organizations from around the world.
Yeah.
And what's really scary is Israel has nuclear weapons, and we have a superpower who's practicing a form of religion that's very barbaric. And if they burn cattle to death, they wouldn't hesitate to fire off a nuclear missile.
Hang on. Like, okay, I don't know if there's literally anything attached to this at all. Red heifers. Israel. Okay. What did Texan red heifers have to do with Al-Aqsa and a Jewish temple? Okay. Plan to sacrifice the cattle, seen as a step towards this goal of building the third temple over Aqsa Mosque. Okay. Interesting. Okay. An archaic ritual. And this is interesting, actually. According to the Old Testament, the two Jewish temples that stood where the Al-Aqsa compound stands today are ritually pure, as were all instruments, garments, of people who served in them. The first temple stood from blah, 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 blah. Okay. Well, this is actually like kind of an interesting situation, because it sounds like this is a very archaic ritual that some people do actually want to do. And between specifically the Muslims and this very, very narrow sect of ultra nationalist Israelis, it's like a really big thing. However, I do not think that just because a fringe group is trying to piss off another religious group by sacrificing cows, which is sad, means that they're just like gonna just straight nuke somebody. That's a bit far.
So I consider the Israel to be very concerning right now, James. That's how I feel about it.
Okay, thank you. So I was doing some pulling up some information here, and I probably should share the site instead of reading it to you. But the problem is every time you go on these news sites, there's like all these pop-ups and ads, and it's just like it gives you like a headache. Just actually, like it gives you anxiety if you just look at it. I mean, I guess they need to make money, but anyway. So let's see here. So it looks like they are doing this because they want to rebuild the temple, right? The Jewish temple, right? That once stood in Jerusalem, and to beckon the Jewish Messiah, right? So the thing is here, here with the red cow. So they're not allowed to have any other color. It has to be red. You can't have any black or white hair. So it took years. That's what they're all saying here. If you were to read this real quick, I'm just getting through it, guys. Okay. So yeah. So they're just talking about how they want to rebuild the temple, and so tell us, do you think this is going to mark in the second coming of Christ and the rebuilding of the temple, or Jimmy, what do you think about that?
James, because when I grew up at Area 51, everyone...
He's bringing us back. It was starting to get pretty serious, and he's just bringing us right back. Bless you, Jimmy Payne. Bless you.
Particularly men in black have dual religions. All right. And I was born Roman Catholic. However, when you have an extraterrestrial experience, it shatters your belief in your religion.
Sure.
So, being that I was such a young child at 5, I took the religion of the Native American Paiute, and that is considered the religion of the savage. So it's hard for me to judge.
Hang on, what?
The Jewish faith, because I don't know that much about it, but I do feel, like I said, the United States, we're dealing with a nuclear power.
Does have a lot going on.
Israel does have a lot going on. They might have their hands full right now. I was continuing to read a little bit more about this. It is a very, very tiny outlier of people who are like legitimately trying to have this happen. And that's only specifically inside Israel. Outside of Israel, it's something like 90% of American Jews have no concept of the third temple kind of concept. So, it is what it is.
In the Middle East, and for them to be burning cattle to death, that is very, very frightening. because most wars do start over
As a Native American, I find it very offensive. They're burning the cows.
religion.
Certainly, and it would destabilize the region. How about we bring Lauren into this? Lauren, maybe you could give us some insight. So, if you were to analyze the situation, do you think this is something that I hate to say God wants, right? I mean, if you were part of that Jewish religion.
Oh, well, my perspective is goes back very far in history. I've studied a lot of galactic history as well, and I think it's relevant in this instance to understand the global situation and what's going on with that particular event, as well as them doing that type of sacrifice. It's my belief that this is the Anunnaki doing this.
Oh.
And it's also related to what's going on April 8th. And
And here I was thinking that Jimmy was going to be like the real out there one of the guests, but man, I love this shit.
CERN, basically what the Anunnaki want to do is a type of blood sacrifice that's supposed to impact the U.S., in particular Texas as a location. So I do believe that there's people alive on the planet right now that are under the impression that who they consider to be their God, that they want this to happen. I don't share those beliefs whatsoever, however.
Okay. Well, looking down the timeline, so let's just say that this task was completed, right? Do you think do you actually see a temple being rebuilt and war in the Middle East, or what do you think would happen as a result of doing that action?
I think that there's a lot of people alive today that would like to see that happen, and that they would usher in a world religion, Chrislam, and that everyone would just,
Did she just say Chrislam? Did she just say Chrislam? I hope. Oh man, I almost want to. You know what? I want to know. I need to know if she just said Chrislam. Hang on.
See that happen, and that they would usher in a world religion, Chrislam, and that everyone.
Chrislam. Yeah. Chrislam. Incredible.
And would just, be worshiping that. I know that there's a lot of people that absolutely want that. Again, those are not my beliefs, and I don't share that opinion or anything like that. But I am aware that that's what they want. Yes.
So we'll see like a rise of an Antichrist.
Honestly, I can't get on board with Chrislam. My religion is Cringelam.
I sincerely believe so. Yes, I think that's absolutely what they want to do. I think it's part of a greater agenda that's, again, related to the Anunnaki. In particular, two individuals, Enki and Enlil, whom I consider both to be galactic criminals that did the illegal hybridization of humanity a very long time ago, and whose children and offspring are here right now that are also the followers of these religions, that are following what Yahweh and, Enki, or whoever he wants to call himself, that they're following what they've been told. And that it's just not pro-human whatsoever. And it's very diabolical as far as I'm concerned in a lot of these agendas. So
years ago, I had somebody contact me, and he said he remote viewed the alternate timeline where Hillary Clinton became president. That horrible timeline. So basically, there was a rise of an Antichrist. And when he tried to remote view it, just viewing it, people became like entranced. Almost it almost seemed like there was some kind of AI component or aspect. So since I already brought it up, maybe you should just go ahead and tell us do you the people that since we can talk about it now, that took that medical procedure, I might as well say it, the vaccine, took that thing.
Oh no. You're starting to doubt that she met Obama and Trump? I don't know. Stranger things have happened. I mean, like, you got to keep in mind, what's that crazy person's name that was around Trump for like a long ass time? Was it Dana? Not Dana White. Doomsday prophetess. I don't think it was actually prophetess, but doomsday prophet. There's that one lady who was like the personal preacher, pastor to Donald Trump, and she was a fucking lunatic. Can't remember her name. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. That's gonna oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have to find that.
I mean, there were so many psychics making reports that like half of them are gonna die, or 90% of them are gonna eventually die. But we really haven't. I mean, we only see maybe like maybe 3 million people die from it. So in the United States. So what do you think about that?
Well, when it comes to the Antichrist, I do believe that it's most likely Yahweh, aka Enlil. That their entire plan since, going back a few thousand years has been to rule over humanity with
Paula White. That's who it was. Paula White, not Kat Kerr. Kat Kerr, no. Kat Kerr was never big into like the White House. She probably met Trump or something, but it was Paula White. Paula White is a lunatic. Also, if I'm not mistaken, she's saying that the Christian God is like the Antichrist, which is fascinating to me. Very, very fascinating. Yeah. Paula White's heavy metal session on stage. Yeah, that was great. That was really good. Yeah, and sure. Yeah, well, they said it was going to kill all these people, but it only killed 3 million people. Oh, only 3 million. It's fine then. Guys, pack it up. It's fine. Not a big deal.
With an iron fist. They wanted to, enslave humanity and have everyone under mind control utilizing nanotechnology, and just have everybody hooked up to the Borg hive mind and have them be subservient to the malevolent extraterrestrials that are also responsible for the galactic slave trade, not just on this planet, but outwards in the greater galaxy that go back to the wars on Lyra. So I absolutely believe that is their full intention to do that. And they want to enslave humanity. They want to take away humanity's sovereignty and free will and freedom of thought and, human rights and, just everything. And they want to rule here on the planet's surface openly and have humanity worship them. And they also want to turn everyone into a gray alien or something akin to that.
I cannot imagine living in this much amount of fear. It's very, very strange. Like, can you imagine? There's enough like real horrors out there in the world. There's enough. It's bad enough having to wake up sometimes in certain countries, depending on where you are and where you live, or maybe it's loved ones that are in this situation, and waking up and knowing that like there's a group of people that hate you just unconditionally. Whether it's because of your identity or your race or your nationality or whatever, like that's a horrible feeling. But can you imagine like having to wake up and believing that there is this intergalactic massive conspiracy hell bent on your subjugation and death? Like that's fucking wild, man. That's wild. Absolutely crazy.
That's what I believe. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, Lauren. Let's bring Jimmy on here. So Jimmy, do you have any thoughts about the Anunnaki? Do you feel like they're good, bad, or probably they are just what they are? Self-serving like most species out there. What are your thoughts?
Well, I can tell you from being around the royal family.
The royal. I think he's trying to say the royal family. I think so.
I knew Princess Diana. Now, I was not romantically involved with her.
Nobody asked, Jimmy. Nobody was asking if you fucked Princess Diana. Jimmy, what do you think about the Anunnaki? Well, I hung out with the royals, but I didn't fuck Princess Diana. Oh.
But because I, did work with German intelligence, she was very concerned about MI5, MI6, watching her. So she had found out about me, and she requested me if I would deliver messages for her on the side, and so I know what I know about the royal family is through her.
We were asking about the Anunnaki. I wonder if I wonder if he was just sitting there totally zoning out and didn't even hear the question. He was like, I didn't actually fuck Princess Diana. I know you all think I did because I'm a stud.
Now, the queen is a reptilian, and I've seen her shape shift, but because I could remote view and channel in my younger years, I channeled up some spirits.
Okay.
And reptilian spirits, and through Arizona Wilder, both of us did. And the thing is that when these extraterrestrials do not have souls, now when the extraterrestrial dies, it dies. But if it can get a hybrid, part human, part reptilian.
What did you call it? Did you call it a hybrid? Hey, Ela Kleiner, thanks for the sub over on Twitch. Appreciate you. I need to know if he just said that. Hang on.
It dies. But if it can get a hybrid.
Fucking hybrid. A fucking hybrid. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
Part human, part reptilian.
Uh-huh.
See, when we die, our spirit, we have a spirit, an orb.
An orb.
And we live on after we're dead.
We become orbs.
So that's what's going on. They want to live, so they want to interbreed with us. And so we're under occupation right now, James. But I don't necessarily dislike reptilians. It's just certain types of reptilians that can be problematic, and that is the royal family of England.
Okay.
We have a royal member over here right now in the States, and that's by no mistake. And they never got over losing their 13 colonies. And what they're waiting for is social unrest, a civil war to break out.
Yeah.
And the only thing they want is their 13 colonies back.
Don't we all?
The rest of the country can burn down.
Oh.
Yeah, but Jimmy, there are so many other colonies that are no longer part of the crown, right? So
I want to see local politician Jimmy Payne. He's asked a question about infrastructure funding and pivots to how he had his way with the rural family.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I love it.
Yeah. So why are they still holding a grudge? Does that mean they want all of them back? It's not just the colonies here in the U.S.
Well, I'm sure that when the Queen Elizabeth died, there's a power struggle going on right now within the royal family. So it could very well be other colonies that's involved, but they don't have a prince in their country. We have a prince here. We fought a revolutionary war for our freedoms, yet we have a prince walking around within the United States. And I don't have anything against Prince Harry, but
because Prince Harry is apparently over here in the States or something. Is he still? I don't give a shit about any of that kind of stuff, so I don't really follow it. But like, sure.
But I do think that he should not be given access to our bases and and what concerns me is the flow of money that's coming in to his charities now.
His
Because
Cherokees?
he's a royal member, he's part of the royal family. He doesn't have to pay taxes. So you gonna tell 300 and
Man, if you're upset about that, wait until I tell you about billionaires. Oof. Big oofs.
15 million people that you're required to pay taxes, but you got one guy that's walking around that doesn't have to pay taxes
Yeah.
because he's royal. So when I think of white privilege, I think of the royal family. I don't think of the average a European, American European as being white privilege. I do.
I see. You look, there's a lot of things I could say. All I'm going to say is you're almost on the verge of some class war stuff, kind of, almost interesting. I mean, oof. Yeah, we're here to have fun. We're not here to get too in deep into some shit.
I do think the royal family is white privilege, and it looks bad for us.
Bold take.
The United States.
Wait. The rural family are reptilians. So how could they? Wouldn't that be
20 months and counting. I'm well on my way to my super soldier status, and the Eclipse gave me added buff of the Wild Wastelands perk.
Fuck yeah, it did. Thank you very much, Ezra Wolfie, for resubbing over on Twitch. I appreciate you. So, but like, yeah. Wouldn't it be like reptilian privilege or like scaled privilege, right? Like, shouldn't that be what it is? Nothing about this is adding up at all.
So he needs to be encouraged to go home, and he's not American.
Okay.
Then he
wow,
just stops.
thank you. So how about this? Maybe Lauren, could you tell us why do you think Prince Harry is really here in the USA?
I gotta grab something real quick. I can still hear it over my speakers, but I just gotta grab something real quick.
Don't they have his own country to take care of? So what do you think about that?
It's probably a type of, sheltering thing that he's seeking or something. He probably feels like more safe here for whatever reason. If there's contention over there, he's probably trying to, check on his alliances and just kind of hide out, most likely.
So you see him basically. He got into an argument with the side of the family over there. Just wanted out, probably.
That's very plausible. That's very probable, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you feel like he's got a more benevolent or neutral undertone? Him in general, his personality.
No.
Oh
no, what?
No.
No, I don't think that he's benevolent. No.
Okay. All right. So
thank you for getting so in deep with that, Lauren. Really appreciate it. You're a huge contribution to the stream and a privilege, a lovely person, shining personality here. I have a feeling you could ask her about literally anybody, and she'd be like, "Yeah, no, I don't think they're a good person at all. No."
Could you give us an idea? What do you think maybe his like future plans are here in the United States? What is he intending?
Most likely to stay for longer than people think. Again, it's for a sheltering practice.
He's a squatter.
So just seeking refuge, most likely.
He's a rural squatter.
Okay. Wow. Thank you. Okay. So I guess we could go to maybe the next topic. Does anybody else have anything else they want to say about that, Jimmy?
Yeah, I want to say this. I think it's more than just sheltering. Now, he's been Justin. What's the young guy's name we was talking about the other day? Justin Bieber.
Bieber.
No, the black guy, the Ditto.
P. Diddy.
Yeah, P. Diddy.
P. Diddy.
Now, my understanding is that Pete Denny has been running a sex ring, and Harry and Meghan has been getting on his plane and flying around.
Uh-oh.
And what Pete Diddy's been doing has been filming people having sex,
Uh-oh.
and for blackmail purposes.
Uh-oh. So I feel Jimmy Payne's gonna get sued for this one. Oh man, you can't be getting on that P Ditto plane.
And so, we had a lot of problems with Epstein,
Did we?
but he seems to be taking the place of Epstein,
Oh yeah.
But I thought
Power vacuum happened, and P Diddy was like, "I'm gonna get up on that shit." Sure, because there's only ever one. There's only ever one, and Jesus fucking Christ.
I find it very unusual for Harry and Meghan to be getting on the plane and being tied up with that and the blackmailing. And because we have politicians that can be caught in compromise, and so I just feel if he wants to go somewhere, go to Africa. He likes Africa. He's been over there several times. Prince Harry has.
Oh, okay.
And he can do more for the wildlife over there than rather stay here.
I'm so glad he clarified. It sounded really bad there for a second. He could always go back. Who are you talking about, Prince Harry or P Diddy? Oh, Prince Harry. Okay, thank God. Fuck.
But I have nothing against him personally. I like Princess Diana, but still, take a walk through some of our national cemeteries, and you'll see Revolutionary soldiers that's died. And it just, to me, it is too controversial to keep him here. He needs to go, and he's got work to do abroad. He doesn't belong here.
Okay.
All right, thank you. So
you hear that? You're on notice, Prince Harry. You gotta get out. You gotta get the fuck out.
Let's go on to the next topic we have tonight. So let's see here. How about we really kind of maybe touched on CERN some. So you worked at CERN at a version of a super collider at Brookhaven, right? Right, Jimmy?
I've been in Brookhaven, but that's when Preston Nichols got a contract through Diamond Defense Electronics. My primary was down at Camp Hero, with the time travel.
Yeah.
And, but see, Brookhaven was providing us with the power. We have underground cables running from Brookhaven to Camp Hero. In the old days, we generated our own electricity through diesel generators. But when Brookhaven came on, we just more or less piggybacked off of their power source.
Okay.
So there's underground tunnels that go between the two on Long Island.
There's tunnels all under Long Island, James, that are not on the map. I know of several. I do not want to give the locations out, but you'd be surprised what's underneath the ground on Long Island. Particularly, there's a base under the base of Camp Hero.
Okay.
Now the old base of Camp Heroes was rather shallow. This new base goes down maybe a half of a mile.
Half of a mile?
Of course, the top part's abandoned, but
of course. So there was a base under Camp Hero, but it was too shallow, and so they made another base under Camp Hero, which is about half a mile down. Okay.
Just a lot underneath the ground.
So you're saying it's definitely still active in the here and now?
Yes, not the antenna. the antenna is not active. Now, I want to say something else before we go any further.
Uh,
Uh, who may be listening tonight, please don't go to the park at Camp Hero.
okay.
There were some children down there just recently, and the pet dog brought a leg back in his mouth. And they got the law down there, and they found a couple of bodies cut up. So there is a serial killer on Long Island, and they're cutting people up
What?
and burying them. And you also have to remember we have a lot of homeless shelters with undocumented immigrants, illegal aliens in those facilities. And so, but please don't go looking around Camp Hero. Now's not the time.
Lauren, can you actually confirm that? Remote view it and see.
Yeah. Right now, Laura, who looks so bored, could you please remote view and
see who this character is? Is it one person?
It's so great. This did happen? Let me see. I guess there was actually. Yeah. Yeah, there was a serial killer on Long Island. Crazy. I don't think it has anything to do with what they're trying to talk about. I think it's just Jimmy being like, anyway, I read this thing in the newspaper, and that's what this is about. Probably.
Or
I could, yes. One particular individual, male.
It's so effortless for her. So absolutely effortless for her. She's like, sure, I can remote view that. It's a male. Oh.
Middle age. What skin color?
I'd say Caucasian.
Okay. And what is his occupation and his day job, if he has one?
Most likely something very kinesthetic, like hands-on, potentially like a mechanic, also picking up that he has some fighting capacity. I'm also picking up that he will most likely be captured.
Good. Can we
I think if they're talking about, more than likely what Jimmy is talking about is what was his name? Rex Hauerman, who was like a serial killer on Long Island, and he's already been caught. Unless they're like making up this idea that there's now another serial killer or something. I don't know. I Yep, she cracked the case, guys. She cracked the case.
accelerate the timeline? Maybe get them captured maybe next week.
If people want to help out with that, they have it to intend for, the highest outcome for all benevolent beings, and that person be, captured, so no one else will be harmed.
Can you interpret how many bodies he killed? Yeah, took out.
How many bodies?
At least a few dozen.
A few dozen?
Okay. Well, Jimmy, we'll follow your advice and stay out of the Camp Hero park area for the time being, or definitely have a partner with you at the same time. Okay, so let's see here. I wanted to ask. Let's see. We were talking about the super collider, and Jimmy, what kind of effects did you notice? So that what they're saying, they're trying to recreate the God particle, right? But what was the actual reason they're spending billions of dollars on these things?
Well, first I was there when the God particle was discovered.
Of course you were.
I was down in the tunnel, and what I witnessed was an electronic image. Have you ever cut on an old TV and you saw snow on it? It's just static.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was seeing. It was basically just
Static.
an outline of a humanoid, but it was electrical,
Ah.
and it seemed to be energized. And I talked to it briefly,
Mm.
but it never got very far from the from the tube.
What? Do you have any thoughts, Matt?
His accent is fucking great.
His accent is pretty great. I don't. I'm trying to. Yeah, that's what kind of what I was thinking too. Grub Junker is that he saw Electro. Yeah. That's so good.
When I was there and I witnessed the God particle.
When I was there and I witnessed the God particle, it looked like static, but it was a man. I spoke to him. He was nice.
We had some cheesecake together.
Saw Jamie Foxx. Yeah, man. Absolutely.
The accelerator.
Accelerator.
So what we have is these astro beings,
Astro.
and what it's doing, they want to come through. It's sort of like a teleporter, they want to come on through, but every time they fire this collider up, we get beings that come through the portal.
I love beans.
Now, when I was at Camp Hero, we had to go out and capture the New Jersey Devil. That came through. Then we had several animals that fell onto the beach.
Uh-huh.
I think everybody's heard the Montauk monster. It was a bird had a beak. I was there when that happened.
So that creature came out of the portal?
Yes.
Do they know anything about its whereabouts or what its purpose? Like, what was it? Violent or vicious or what?
Well, that was the baby that it was basically a prehistoric a reptilian bird. It was just basically a prehistoric.
A reptilian bird. It was a reptilian bird. What the fuck is a reptilian bird? What the fuck is that even supposed to mean? What the fuck?
From the
Yeah, man bear pig. Once when we opened up the portal, we found the man bear pig. Yeah, that's good.
Back when the dinosaurs. Now I had a full grown one that came through the portal, and we shot. It was shot.
Yeah, see, doesn't that look just like a reptile bird? Looks like a reptile bird to me. I guess. Yeah, I think he's trying to say a pterodactyl. Which right. Okay. Not a dinosaur, by the way. Pterodactyls were not dinosaurs, interestingly enough. I do like that he's about to tell us that he had a pterodactyl pet. This is good. This is very good. Here, I want to make sure we hear this.
Came through the portal, and we shot. It was shot. It was getting ready to hit me in my back with his beak, and they shot it because they're scared it may start flying inside the Camp Hero.
Ah.
Okay, so this creature. Wow.
Wow.
And, so how did it actually escape the facility and get out on the surface level?
You mean that one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That one fell out of the sky.
Oh wow! It was already alive was it alive when it landed?
That I couldn't tell you, James. I just know that.
A reptilian bird. I don't remember if birds evolved from reptiles. Not really. It's like not so clean as that. So like dinosaurs are dinosaurs, reptiles are reptiles. Dinosaurs evolved into birds. Pterodactyls were not dinosaurs, but they were actually flying reptiles. which is, I know it's how that the evolution tree of that is. I don't remember specifically, but yeah, it's very strange.
It fell from. It had to be as high as the antenna, but it fell and it may have drowned it. We get a lot of stuff like that, stuff coming through the portal. But you have to remember, Camp Heroes time machine is nowhere near the size of CERN's.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that potentially something, maybe like a Godzilla creature could come out of it.
James,
Maybe a movie. They could make a movie out of that.
Oh yeah, sauropsids or lizard-faced amniotes evolved into reptiles, dinosaurs, and birds during the Carboniferous period, which was 359 to 299 million years ago. So the common ancestor for reptiles, dinosaurs, and birds are sauropsids. That's what it was.
whatever could come through, it's kind of like the orifice is so large, a light could come through it. And Camp Hero, when we would fire up the machine, it was like a little tornado. And they like to get the boys, young boys, because, you know, we're not full grown and we could jump into it easier than a full grown man.
Okay.
And but this one at CERN is huge.
So they don't need children necessarily anymore.
No, they don't need children.
Okay.
Well, that's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Well, okay. How about this? Maybe Lauren, maybe could you tap into it and see what kind of creatures or beings are coming through that portal? I guess that portal being,
please do.
I don't know, the one at Brookhaven, the big one.
Well, I do know that a lot of the malevolent ETs are doing that type of experimentation, specifically to create a dimensional rift to the lower astral realms to let in these other entities, which is also why there's effects on the timeline after they've been activated. Is because it's causing a type of rupture, and it's actually impacting the universe that people happen to find themselves in. They're doing this to lower the state of consciousness on the entire planet, as well as get people possessed and potentially killed and injured. And when they open portals to lower realms like that, those souls are in those realms for a reason, because karmically that's absolutely where they deserve to be. But because the malevolent extraterrestrials are trying to harm humanity in every way potentially that they can, they're building these portals, and they're just like activating them on specific parts of the planet, particularly the 33rd degree parallel. That's, you know, on the same point of like the Earth's core, which is actually where the maximum amount of damage could be done, which is actually why they're doing that.
What? What the fuck? I love. Okay, the stark differences between these two is really fucking great. Jimmy is like, monsters and interesting things, and like maybe not everybody's evil or bad or whatever. By the way, I didn't actually have sex with Princess Di. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. And she's like, you see, there's hell. There is a hell, and people are getting possessed by demons from hell, because the demons that were there are people who did bad things and they deserve hell, but also the aliens want to hurt us in every way possible. Everything is darkness. All is pain. Well.
Okay, Jimmy, what do you think about that? Entities, demons, creatures, astral beings coming out from a lower dimension, affecting us.
Yes, it's true.
I have to show you something real quick. I have to show you something. This is very important. Like, she's so fucking worried about me. She's been sitting next to me, and as soon as I just busted up laughing, she gave me the most concerned look. Baby. Yeah. Oh, the snoots. The snoots. Hi. Are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. I promise I'm okay. Good fucking dog. Good dog. Best dog ever. Such a good girl. Oh, man. Anyway. Fucking, this is great. This is the best. The best. The best ever. It sounds like Droopy Dog became a conspiracy theorist. Yeah. It's so good. He does sound very destroyed by it. Yes, James. It's true.
A lower dimension affecting us.
Yes, it's true. The danger of it is this. A lot of these creatures they view us as a food source.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That they need adrenochrome.
Oh, no.
I've seen that so many times.
Thank you very much, Jerry 2024. Appreciate you, bud. Appreciate you. Also, I should probably use this opportunity to remind you guys that this is not, in fact, the Wingnut Roundup. The Wingnut Roundup is still going to happen, but it is happening a little bit earlier than it is usually because I will be leaving on tour, my first tour of the year. So that's going to be a thing. And it might end up only being 2 hours instead of 3, which is why I'm trying to give you some very unique and fun surprise stream stuff for you. Some fun stuff, fun things to have. So yeah, and also I am, of course, simultaneously streaming this to my Twitch channel. So for all of you YouTube people, if you have Twitch, you should follow me. Twitch.tv/RealJeffHoliday. Pew, 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 pew. Yep. And that's pretty much it.
Where they torture a human, fright them to death, and they take the blood, and it's just like cocaine to them.
Nice.
If you look at Jesus Christ, they wanted Jesus to suffer on the cross.
On the cross.
They wanted adrenochrome.
So that's why they crucified Jesus was they were harvesting his sweet chrome, man, his sweet chrome. Needed to get that potent JCAC. You know what I'm saying? Do you already know what day the roundup will be? I am thinking because I do want to do it on a Sunday again because it's just easier for most people if I do it on a Sunday. It will in theory be the 21st, but don't quote me on that. I might have to do it a couple of days earlier than that. So we'll see. I'll be very communicative about it.
Okay. And they want humans on their knees. And
don't we all?
See, the average human, they're going to view these creatures as some kind of a god.
Hey. Some of you idiot gifted a sub to Brown Note all over my face. That's a good username.
They're not gods. So we need to get off of our knees, and we're being occupied. We're being terraformed. That's all it is to it.
Occupied,
and if you look at
whatever
the Mayans, go back in history,
where
the Mayans would sacrifice one of their own. There's not much difference between then and what's going on now.
They were harvesting that sweet adrenochrome? Are you sure?
We just do it in a very subtle way, but it's still going on now. It's going on right now.
Pretty sure.
Almost a year. Thumbs up. No plans on letting you down anytime soon. Winking face.
Thank you so much, Useless Talent. Appreciate you. Thank you for the sub over there on Twitch. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's pretty bananas. It's pretty bananas. I'm pretty sure the Mayans had other reasons to do sacrifices. I'm just
Okay, Jimmy, let me pull this up here. So
Oh,
since
James.
we're not on the YouTube now, we can share. Okay. Now didn't. Oh, come on, load up. I'm gonna try this one more time. Hopefully this time it'll show.
Is he about to whip out his penis?
Okay, let me try. I'm sorry, guys. Let me do this. No, we're not. This thing is not working right now.
This is very exciting. I did not pre-watch this, so if James Rink like pulls out his fucking penis, he's got like a giant fucking Prince Albert ring through the tip of it. I don't know. I didn't know, and we might have to deal with that problem. Is that what you're doing? Are you revealing that you're actually a piercing enthusiast and pain slut?
Okay, I'm gonna share my notes just temporarily. Okay, no. I'm gonna try this again. Hold on. This thing is coming. There we go. Enter the red hats. Real raw news. Okay, so I know Lauren and I we were talking about this, and you were confirming that this is probably real, right?
Okay.
Correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Mhm.
So this is basically about the earthquake, in New York. So they found 150 FEMA agents in the area, the epicenter. So this article, okay, how about this? Let me just read it.
I swear to God, he did say hard on instead of hold on. I know, which just made it even funnier to me. I had to keep moving.
Instead of telling you. All right. A decentralized coalition of active duty and reservists calling themselves the Red Hats had claimed responsibility for the anomalous 4.8 magnitude earthquake that rocked the tri-state area early Friday morning, a source in General Eric M. Smith's office told Real Raw News.
Oh.
Saturday afternoon.
Prancing Locust, thank you very much for the sub on Twitch. Appreciate you, bud. I love that Rich Evans laugh. I can't get enough of it. It's so good. It's so good. So, Real Raw News. I'm seeing some of these other headlines like JAG arrests deep state Georgia judge. Pretty sure that didn't happen. Biden regime creating new health crisis. Okay. White hats find FEMA ATF camped near quake's epicenter. This is a make-believe website. This is great.
General Smith received at his home address a letter supposedly authored by a former protege of David Berger, General David Berger, Smith's predecessor. So the White Hats are withholding the name until they can verify the writer's identities and claims. The contacts are straightforward. Obama and Biden's people, the deep state, are not responsible for Friday's earthquake. We are. Who are we? You've embraced a nickname coined by civilians, White Hats, a color that symbolizes nobility and purity. You could think of us as Red Hats, a color symbolizing strength and blood and war. Blood for blood. We have no quarrel with you. In fact, we fight for the same outcome. The annihilation of corrupt, perverted, elected, and appointed officials that started fucking up this country the day Clinton was sworn into office.
Oh, boy.
You and I, General Smith, are gladiatorial warriors, and we have diametrically opposed ideologies. But we have diametrically opposed ideologies. Your forerunner sat idly by as an election got stolen under his nose, and you, referring to Trump, and you who have picked up the mantle and your friend at Guantanamo Bay lack the wherewithal to do what must be done swiftly, efficiently. If you can't do the job, we will. You're my brother. Oh, no.
Oh,
this
no.
happens all the time.
A lot of pop-ups on your very reliable news website there, James. Blood for the blood god. See, when they said red hats, I thought they were talking about like red caps, which would be kind of cool. Kind of cool. Red caps are a type of goblin that if they kill you, they soak their hats in your blood. That's why their hats are red. Anyway, that's fine. It's Dutch.
Okay, sorry. Problem solved. Okay. You're my brother in arms, and we won't impede your progress if you don't interfere with ours. If we resolve business before you do, let it be. In either case, justice, constitutional justice, will be served. Know this, my friend, we are fewer in number, but we lack in numbers, we have in determination. And we are all around you. And I ask you to unite with us, because I know not enough of you know that you're gritting your teeth while reading this. Now let me explain why we act.
Yeah, skulls for the skull throne. Yeah. This website is apparently like uh LARP articles, I guess. This is pretty bananas.
Maybe you understand. The author, without providing evidence, claimed that Deep State had recently constructed a hadron collider like CERN's 27-kilometer ring particle accelerator in New Jersey and planned to use it to open up a portal to a dimension bursting with malevolent apparitions
Aren't we all?
whose power the Deep State sought. It doesn't matter. The collider
Oh
does
my
what they think
God.
it could. It was dangerous and had to be destroyed. They had secretly finished it at mere miles from where President Trump and his family spend so much time. It was not a coincidence. It was a message. On my orders, my people infiltrated the underground complex, located the device, deployed the necessary ordnance, and destroyed it before the Deep State could bring it online. The letter ended. The
Okay.
author signed the letter symbolically, Colonel Walter Kurtz.
So apparently they snuck in and destroyed a collider that happened to be under Trump's golf course, I guess.
Yummy.
Yummy. Thank you very much to the biddies over on Twitch. Appreciate you, bud. Appreciate you, buds. Thanks for all the support and everything, guys. The follows, the subs on Twitch, super chats, stuff like that. Also, if you don't want Google taking 30% of your dono money, you could always consider Streamlabs. So the Red Hats used a bomb to blow up some sort of collider, and they wanted to do something. I don't know.
The main antagonist of Francis Ford's Coppola's 1979 film Apocalypse
Coppola.
Now,
Oh my God.
which is based on Joseph Conrad's novel Heart of Darkness. Below his name, the author put a bloody thumbprint and postscript saying, "No war is won without collateral damage." In addition to the letter, the envelope held photographs of U.S. Army Rangers who had been sent to investigate the earthquake as they were surveilling the FEMA and ATF agents.
How intense was the earthquake? It was like 4.8, for something like that.
While we were watching them, someone else was watching us, our source said. Obviously, the person who sent the letter isn't named Kurtz, but the letter passes a smell test. The guy we're talking about is just as dangerous and dedicated. General Smith does not condone these methods, so as he added, has canceled all leave and recalled assets. No comment further. Okay. Who wants to comment first? Anybody?
I'd like to say a few things about that letter. I find it interesting they're talking about Kurtz and Apocalypse Now.
Oh boy. God, yes, please, Jimmy, please, by all means, just fucking reveal the truth about the movie and thus the book based upon Apocalypse Now, for the love of God. 4.8 earthquake would be 16 kilotons of TNT. Well, sure, they just had 16 kilotons just laying around. Obviously. These are the Red Hats. Duh.
And that movie is based off of the man that I served with in Laos. And I've been to the temple. And when we were trying to make a documentary about it, it didn't turn out that way. So I find it interesting that somebody would reach back and start talking about Apocalypse Now.
It would be.
So I don't think we're dealing with someone that's a ranger, because people that have been to war don't normally talk about war. And this individual who wrote the letter.
Yummy.
Oh, hi. Sorry I'm late. I was busy napping like a grandma.
Yeah, well, at least you're up now, Cats and Lady. That's what's most important.
Is referring to a movie. And that movie is the farthest thing from CERN as I can think of right now.
Okay.
Now,
sure.
As far as the earthquake is concerned, AT&T has many underground tunnels that's been abandoned all throughout New York and LA.
Uh-huh.
And the earthquake, it could be that they were expanding one of the underground facilities. Okay, they used explosives to do that. It could set off an earthquake.
Okay.
Like when the Twin Towers fell, they registered a 3.1 earthquake on, in New York.
True. That's a good point, Jimmy. That's a really, really good fucking point. When you have something as cataclysmic as the collapse of those towers, and it's not even, and you have to keep in mind, the Richter scale is not, it's an exponential scale. So, like, the difference between a 4.0 earthquake and a 5.0 earthquake is, it's significant. But the difference between a 5.0 and a 6.0 is staggeringly more. So, yeah. Like, it's something that you have to pay attention to.
So, it's very possible that there was underground explosion.
Probably not.
We could be looking at an AI generated letter.
Yes, Jimmy. Yes. Fuck yeah. The guy who may have fucked a Vulcan, but definitely not Princess Di, is the voice of reason.
Because why would somebody start talking about apocalypse now? So I think we're dealing with an AI generated letter. What are your thoughts about it,
Lauren?
Well, what I meant when I said I agree with it, I did remote view the location of the earthquake. And I did sense that it was inorganic, which basically means that it was not naturally occurring, that something had triggered it, something had happened. I did sense that there was some type of portal that they were trying to open, and that entities did come out from it. I also know that a lot of benevolent beings have already taken action and have put those discarnate evil spirits back in the realm where they belong, and they are not going to be able to get out.
Well, can you confirm that the author of that letter is AI?
I could take a look at it, yes.
Please do.
Can I say one thing, please?
Yes, please, Jimmy. Please. Like, let's not just have her like sit there in silence for a couple of seconds and then make shit up. Just tell us. Just tell us, Jimmy. Go for it.
Sure.
Now, back when I worked with John Titter, back a couple of years back, it wasn't all that long ago, CERN had a meltdown and had to shut down part of the underground tunnel.
You got to keep in mind, John Teeter, he said John Titter. John Titor or Titor was a name used by somebody who claimed to be a time traveler from 2036. It's old internet like lore, it's bananas.
And but what they wasn't telling the public was that they had some miniature little black holes, maybe about an inch in diameter, and they had to seal that, brick up the tunnel, because you can't go into it with those little miniature black holes.
Okay.
So that part, when she was making comment about the underground base, I concur with her about that, but I believe it's tied in with CERN. I believe CERN is expanding underground, and that this explosion is just, they used.
He said little black hose. Little black hose.
They use they don't let a good crisis go to waste.
Who would?
And that's what we're seeing here.
Okay. Thank you, Jimmy. So back to Lauren, author of the letter, and also, can you remote view and see was it actually a hadron collider that they blew up, and that's what caused the earthquake? So what do you think?
Okay. Well, the letter firsthand. I don't think it was AI generated. No.
Okay. Well,
No.
could you let me take a look and see, was this person, I guess, part of the military, or maybe something totally different? Maybe a time traveler or from another dimension, alternate reality.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
What do you think?
It was a group of individuals, humanoids. That's what I'm picking up from it right now.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the Hadron Collider, I do sense that it's still operational right now, and that what caused the earthquake was related to that, and that entities did escape from it.
Oh, wait, so hold on. Okay, so you are...
Yeah, so I just have to point out, they're still talking about this article from Real Raw News. I'm looking at Real Raw News right now, and back on the 29th of March, they said that Merrick Garland was going to be hung on April 4th, which was 5 days ago. Pretty
Sorry
sure.
for the earthquake. I went overboard summoning my demon boyfriend.
That's totally fair. That's totally fair. I forgive you, especially because you subbed to me over on Twitch. Appreciate you. Mwah. No, so it is 100% just a LARPing website. This is wildly stupid. Wildly stupid. Holy shit. Also, my pause game is so amazing. James, my guy. Oof, James, what are you doing? Pretty wild.
You are confirming there is a hadron collider in New Jersey.
I believe so. Yes, it's very similar to that. Yes,
And
so device. Yes.
So so the explosion, was that actually from the Red Hats, or was that an experiment from that operational super collider?
It was done on purpose. That I can absolutely say for certain. Whoever was doing that knew what they were doing, and they meant to incur harm and damage and to let out entities. That was on purpose. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And what kind of entities do you think are being released? Are these, like what do they do? What are they causing? What will they do to planet Earth as they're being released?
Well, a little bit of background that I think is relevant in my case. I've been a professional psychic medium since a very, very young age, and I was utilized by a lot of people because of my capacity. In this case, it's relevant because I'm able to see into the etheric realms and then the lower dimensions as well as the higher ones.
Okay.
So if I happen to remote view something, a location or a target that I'm looking into, I can actually see what's coming out of it and who did it and what their intent is and that type of thing. So in this particular case, when I remote viewed that, I did see a lot of different demonic type entities, discarnate souls, very malevolent in intent, that intend to cause harm and chaos on the surface world in this dimension to humanity, and as much damage as possible. That was their intention.
All right. And so these Red Hats, were they actually successful? I mean, or were they working? Maybe that's a whole ploy. They actually work for them. Like they claim they're out to get. Yeah. Are you following me?
Yes.
They work for the bad guys. What are you picking up?
Whoever activated that device that then, opened the portal that let in the demons, I would rate them as being hostile to humanity.
Okay.
Because anyone
who's
who's doing that, that's not a good idea whatsoever.
But the question is, wait, hold on. So the question is, did these Red Hats have anything to do with opening that portal and releasing these beings, or are they actually trying to stop it?
They weren't trying to stop it. No, I'm not sensing that. No.
So it seems like
this is all just a fucking psyop, right? They're just putting out this fake article like we're the good guys, but actually they weren't actually trying to stop it at all. Maybe they were Jesus fucking Christ.
This letter was just a taunt. they're just
I
taunting
think
them.
it was misinformation. Probably most likely seeded on purpose. Yes.
Misinformations. Wow. So these red hats are not really good people, of course.
Really?
Just another
Dang.
part of their, what do they call it, psychological operations.
Most likely,
They do.
yes.
Jimmy, what do you think about that? Does that sound like something that they would do?
Yes, but going back to the artificial letter, the computer generated letter, you can have a human using AI to write this stuff. Okay, like if you're trying to write a paper, you can use AI. But it's definitely AI helped whoever write this paper up.
See, she might be right, but I'm right too, guys. I'm right too, because a real person could use AI.
Okay.
Now, we have right now we have a lot of underground digging going on. Phil Snyder, my best friend, was murdered. And
that's sad.
And I have been down in the underground bases. He helped, he built them.
Oh.
And I can tell you, New York City has got it's got its share of underground bases. James, have you ever heard of Flushing Meadows State Park? It's in New York.
Yeah, I've heard about it. What about it?
Well, a lot of people don't know this, but before they built the United Nations, they had a temporary United Nations.
Okay.
And it was next to Flushing Meadows. Now, the history of Flushing Meadows, it used to be a swamp.
Flushing Meadows?
And what people would do...
Flushing Meadows. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Flushing Meadows. Flushy fucking...
when they burn coal in factories and in their homes, they would take that coal ash and haul it to that swamp and fill it in. And but there's been a lot of UFO activity around that area. Now, they had back in the 70s an incident that happened there. They had 17 acres that had animals on it.
Okay.
Tigers, giraffes, wolves, birds.
So it's a zoo.
Yeah, chimpanzees.
That's what a zoo is. Yeah.
One of the largest fish aquariums. All different types of fish. Now, if you watch the movie Men in Black, where Will Smith and the other man in black,
Tommy Lee Jones, Jesus Christ,
are sitting. They're at the park. And the elder man in black wanted out. And so Will Smith pulled out his little flashlight and snapped and wiped out the memory of the agent. So what I'm trying to say is
it's just like Will Smith.
that movie has a lot of interesting things because right about the time that movie was shot, they had a bunch of animal mutilations that happened at that park, and all the animals were dissected with no blood. All the fish were perfectly dissected. We're talking thousands of fish, and so we have. The reason I brought that up
Oh yeah.
is that we have underground alien bases,
Uh-huh.
and they went in there and just let us know that they're there. They're under New York City, and I have to agree. They don't like humans. They just tolerate us. And as long as we're able to build bases for them, they're going to keep us around. But when we get through building those underground bases, they're going to do to us what they did to those animals in the zoo.
So that was recent.
That happened back in the late the late 80s.
Or 70s, late 70s. Okay.
It happened about.
I feel it melting. I feel like I'm melting. I feel like my brain is melting right now. What the fuck, dude? Jesus Christ.
2 years before Leonard Natopono abduction on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Okay.
I personally investigated that, but Bob Hopkins, he was the one that lived in that area.
Uh-huh.
And he wrote a book on it. But it's rumored that John Gotti was on the bridge. He got abducted. That's a rumor. And also the prime minister
Gotti?
of Peru was.
Wait, okay, hang on. Gotti got abducted? Like, didn't Gotti get like thrown in prison? Was he trying to talk about Hoffa? Whatever.
Was on that bridge. So the underground explosions, this definitely tied to building an underground base.
So Lauren, could you take a look and see who abducted these animals or people out of that Flushing Meadows?
Yeah, I can take a look.
And where do they
Sure.
go? Yeah.
Go ahead and take a look.
It's one of the largest. We think of cattle mutilation.
Uh-huh.
This had nothing on the scale of anything prior to it. All the fish was perfectly dissected overnight. No blood, no blood in the lions' cages.
Okay.
The chimpanzees. They also found a dog about 2 weeks later, and it was turned inside out, the organs. So that tells me that it went through the teleporter. Something occurred, and they were using that animal, this dog, because the dog was perfectly turned inside out.
That's from Galaxy Quest, my guy. That's from fucking Galaxy Quest. God damn it.
Is your brain melting from Will Smith and the other guy flashing their flashlight on you like those fish that were going on?
That we're going on. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I'm taking a look at what we got going on here, and so this stream that we're watching is 2 hours and 20 minutes. We've made it an hour and 2 minutes so far. Maybe we'll only do half today, and we'll do half today, and we'll do half another day. And maybe that's what we'll have going on. I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. So we'll do a little bit longer. I'll do a little bit longer, maybe like 20 more minutes. We'll keep streaming and get this to like the halfway mark, and then and then we'll pause it. We'll come back and we'll do another stream like in another day, in another couple of days or something like that to finish this up. I don't know, man.
No cuts on it.
I did just remote view it, and
Oh,
I sensed that it was malevolent extraterrestrials, in particular the Greys. The entire area was quarantined during whatever they were doing
Okay.
there, and it was some form of experiment
Mm-hmm.
that they were conducting, and that's why they did that.
Well, now south of Camp Hero, there's another base, and at the end of Long Island, and that was tied in with Camp Hero as well. In fact, Linda Napolitano, she was out there next to the river, the bay there, and she was talking the language of the Greys.
Okay.
And the little Greys, when I went out there, I found the footprints. So they were definitely, scoping out New York City.
Okay.
So what do you think they want from New York City? Just more experimentations, I guess, a bigger population to prey upon.
Well, it goes back to the Mandela effect, James, we were talking about earlier.
I do like the idea of Jimmy Payne. I've never seen a picture of Jimmy Payne, so I don't know what he looks like. I love the idea of him out there being on the beach like crocodile hunter trying to find the Greys. Like, if you get down here down in the sand and you take a look, you can see that we got these beautiful prints of the gray aliens. And this is what we got going on. They're stalking humanity. We're going to find him and put our fingers up his butt.
Earlier. Now, if you watch the movie Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Where
Lauren just rolled her eyes so fucking hard, dude. So fucking hard. Oh my God. I thought her eyes were going to fucking fall out of her head from that shit. Watch this shit. Watch Lauren up here. This is great.
The movie Planet of the Apes, where they go down into underground base. That's that is at the Nike, the old Nike launch site.
Okay.
And that's where she was at. She was very close to it. When I went through the did the teleportation experiments.
Sure.
I walked down the beach and saw the Statue of Liberty buried in the sand.
Wait.
What? We did send some guys through, and so that's very real about the apes ruling.
So that was an alternate reality that you experienced?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been to New York City, and it's gone. There's apes, apes everywhere.
Lauren's eyes are rolling so bad. I swear to God, you gotta focus on Lauren's eyes. This shit's incredible. Watch this shit.
And it's gone. There's apes everywhere.
So like in the movies, the humans were experimenting on the apes to see if they can increase their intelligence. So,
exactly.
So are you saying that's basically a documentary?
Yes. Well, it's loosely. See, they hide it in the movies. Not everything's going to be accurate in the movie, but there's parts of it that is real, James.
Lauren, do you have any comments about that? The Planet of the Apes?
I did do a timeline analysis on the what I refer to as the alternate non-interference timeline in the case that had the Anunnaki not illegally landed and done illegal abductions and hybridization on humans when they did, that humanity would have actually evolved to look more like the people in that movie. Their end of their evolution would have been the semblance of humans would have had them more hairy. They would have been telepathic, and they would have been, still exceptionally intelligent. So I think that movie was most likely put out by malevolent forces to try and, misdirect and misinform the public. Because if you go back in human history, back to the early hominid species, they did live in groups. They were pro-social. They were more nomadic. They were more telepathic as well. And I actually remote viewed back to before the interference occurred, and then I fast forwarded to what would have happened had there not been any illegal hybridization that the Anunnaki did, and had that bloodline, the Rh negative in particular, that was introduced when the Anunnaki did the illegal hybridization. Because prior to that,
okay, like, I'm following what she's saying. If, like, the Anunnaki didn't come here and do hybridization and all this and all that, but she keeps using these fucking this one word that is not making any sense. If they hadn't illegally landed and hadn't done illegal hybridization, illegal to who? Whomst? Like, we didn't have any laws back then. We were primitive people. Was it the Galactic Federation? It must have been. Of light or of dark? Of light. Oh, the Galactic Federation of Light's laws. They violated intergalactic light law. Right. Intergalactic treaty law. Fuck, whatever. Fuck it.
that blood group was not on the planet. And humans were more hairy at the time. So humans are really, modern humans right now are not that well adapted to the environment that we live in. We only can subsist in a very narrow band of environment and climate before we either freeze to death or get too hot.
I think she's trying to make the argument that more advanced human beings will be more hairy. And I think now I know why she's wearing the turtleneck.
So that's why I say that on the non-interference timeline, humans actually had more hair, and they were more like, apes and simian species. And that's exactly what they would have looked like. And more like Sasquatch people, actually, in fact. Again, very, very intelligent. But I think that movie was made because whoever made it are aware that that's actually what their evolutionary process would have led them occur to happen.
But Lauren, the Statue of Liberty was buried. So that means that humans did exist in that timeline, but it was in the future where these...
debunked with facts and logic. We know. We understand underneath them clothes you've got a pelt, and you're just trying to make the case that hairy should be sexy. But listen, you mixed up on the details.
Apes are now running the world. So
I think it was presented in a backwards way. In that movie, they're saying to add
James.
intelligence to the...
It's a psyop, a malevolent psyop, James. You weren't listening, James.
Humans, and like the apes are the intelligent.
So like you're saying, in the original organic timeline, we would look more like those apes, and
Correct.
then maybe there would have been a bald type humanoid that wasn't as... Maybe the Anunnaki didn't advance as much, and it was like a mute species that was kind of kept as slaves or something by the apes or something. That never happened. Probably. Okay.
On the non-interference timeline, it's just the simian species that just basically evolved. They would have become spacefaring about 10,000 years ago had the interference not occurred, and they would have just been more adapted to their environment, and they would have been spacefaring. So it's actually it actually stunted human evolution and development, the fact that they were illegally hybridized, and that we're currently that they're illegally still in occupation on the planet right now.
Okay.
So Jimmy, through Montauk, I guess they could go to alternate realities like that. And maybe they could trade with them and so on. Yeah, it's I guess the multiverse is quite large, I suppose.
I suppose.
Well, James, when I first saw it, we were very alarmed by it. But see, when we think of genetic tinkering, we think of humans being tinkered with. It's just not humans. It's all types of animals. And these apes that they're genetically modifying, and we don't know what's all underneath the ground, particularly at Dulce, New Mexico. I've been down in that base, and it's people are being experimented on.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Like Thomas Costello said, there was a nightmare hall.
Yeah. Now I was there when Thomas was trying to get the tapes out, and we went out and we could not find where he buried the tapes at. And he was a security there, and he notified us. He was trying to get the tapes to us, and we never did find where he buried them at.
It's too bad.
Seems like you need a good psychic on your team to locate it.
Well, at the
Should have had Lauren.
time, this Vietnam was going on. You know what I mean? I can't be everywhere and anywhere. But if you watch the movie,
oh no,
Resident Evil.
Oh no, oh god.
Now, Resident Evil, believe it or not, is based off of Dulce, New Mexico, and there is a little small train that you get in and go down into the base. And but everything in that movie is it's not a total 100% accurate, but it's pretty much, in the nutshell with that movie.
Yeah.
Do you think they even had like zombie viruses down there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've seen Night of the Living Dead. That happened north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay. All right.
Evans.
You know what? Okay. That might be the perfect place to stop. That might be the perfect fucking place to stop. Because okay. The moment it's just gonna start going straight into like, it's just like this one movie that's real. I was there. It's about to get good again. Okay. Seriously, I don't think I can subject anybody else to this at this stretch. We have to cut this in half. We have to. There are no options where we're gonna sit here for 4 hours and watch this whole goddamn thing. No fucking way. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Is it fun? Because I personally love Jimmy Payne. I love him. Some people find him really hard to listen to. Come here, baby. Come here. He is my everything now. He is my favorite character on the internet. Action Jackson was saying, is this some kind of elaborate troll, or do these people actually believe this stuff? It's hard to say, but Jimmy Payne's been doing this for years, and James Rink especially has been doing this for years and years, dedicating his whole life to it. It's kind of hard to consider that all of this is just like an elaborate troll when somebody dedicates this much time and effort to it. Is it possible? Sure. Is it likely that these people might be true believers? Very much so. What do you think, Payne? She doesn't know. She's a dog. Right? Boop. Boop. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Have you seen the movie MILF Neighborhood? I have, but also it's real. You see, I was there. When I went to the MILF neighborhood, there was a whole lot going on. Yes. Head empty, only penny. Indeed. Too good. All of this, too good. Too much fucking fun. So again, just to let everybody know, this is not the Wingnut Roundup. Hey, J Spoon. Thank you very much for the sub over on Twitch. This is not the Wingnut Roundup. This is just a Wingnut special. Part 1, apparently, because we're going to have to do a part 2. And I'm doing these because, you know, I do go on motorcycle tour on the 23rd of this month, which is going to impact the roundup a little bit. The roundup might be a little bit shorter than it usually is, so I wanted to give you guys some more fun content. Jimmy Payne is always a good reason to get together and watch something fun. So yeah, I don't know what day we'll pick up and do part 2, but we will we'll get to it here real soon. This is not the roundup, it's just a tribute. That's correct. And also, I'm not always streaming on the main channel, but often when I'm not streaming on the main channel, I am streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/RealJeffHoliday. Sometimes we watch InfoWars and poop all over Alex Jones. That's a lot of fun, too. So if you'd like to, you can always join me over there. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really do love your faces so very much. So very much. I'm going to bounce and go do my thing. I got some other stuff going on. You guys have an awesome day. And hopefully I'll see you soon for part 2. All right, I'm out of here. Bye.
Yeah. And you won't stop, and you don't stop, and you won't. I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the